Good afternoon, DCLL students. You may now take your seats. And it feels great to be back here once again and hosting for everyone. So let me actually reintroduce myself. Good afternoon. My name is Mary Clarence Gozan, and I will be your host for today's CES orientation. Palakpakan naman dyan! All right, at least dagan kayo tao this afternoon, no? So let's actually do a very quick attendance check. So may I hear some noise from our resident yappers, the students from BA Communications major in Media. Hello, nihilom lagi mo guys. Balik di BA Com Media. Alright, a lot of comm students today. But of course, di dyan magpalupig ang atong grammar gurus, BA English Language Studies. And last but not the least, our future authors, critics, and storytellers, the BA Literary and Cultural Studies with Creative Writing. Hala, kamutanan guys, be all DCLL students here! Okay, at the very least, everyone is alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic. Now, of course, for a small introduction of our event, I would like to call in our very own Solaris Vice President, Angelo Fulgencio. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you very much for coming in this event, CES orientation conducted by Solaris. This CES can help us guide what CES is about and its true essence of service in the community. Our speaker today will enlighten you about the initiative by the university wherein we are molded to become as part of the community serving the people. The university values holistic education, and with the community extension service, it balances our lives to be humane and value each other's one's human dignity. I just want to share to you a quote from an author named Steve Goodyear. Money is not the only commodity that is fun to give. We can give time, we can give our expertise, we can give our love, or simply give a smile. What does that cost? The point is, none of us can ever run out of something worthwhile to give. So we have different ways in giving and in serving people, and with our gifts in our lives, we must share and give what we have, because there is no cost in giving and serving to people, in which we value human dignity of each individuals. I hope everyone will continue in their hearts. I hope everyone will put into their hearts and minds the essence of CES, and I hope that everyone will continue to heed help to the poor, the marginalized, and to the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your warm words, Sir Angelo. Now, of course, as we proceed with the event, please put your hands together for our one and only Solaris President, Gianmarco Capitan. A round of applause, please.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for attending the CES orientation. Now, I will be introducing our guest speaker. So she is one of the DCLL faculty professors. She is the former CES DCLL Debt Representative and a pastoral counselor, and of course, one of my teachers in my class. So please welcome Ma'am Feli Latras.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. Before I talk about it, let me talk about my experience with CES. Every time I see poor people, I see the face of Jesus. And it makes me keep on coming back, because it's very clear in the Bible. No, I think it's not new to you, the verse in the Bible which says, "What you do to the least of my brothers and sisters, that you do unto me." And so when I was 35 years old, many years ago, I went through like a midlife crisis. I was looking for a deeper meaning in my life. And so my mentor said, a nun, she said, of course, you'll get bored with life. Life can be pretty boring. And what are the signs that we are bored with life? One is we experience anxiety. Number 2, loneliness. Number 3, depression. Because we have not attached the word mission in this life. So, murag cliche na kay ng nakita nato sa shuttle, no? Nga education with a mission. But I tell you, it's very important. So, to cut the long story short, when I understood that there's more to life than just making money, having a family, I'm proud to say that from that year until now, I have not experienced a serious mental health, physical health problems because I started to see the purpose of my life. So that's why, for me, CES is really life-giving. It gives you life. Okay? Now, before I talk about that, I'm sure you've heard this, you've seen this in the billboards. The born-agains are very good about this. They always ask the question, what is the purpose of life? It's an easy question but very difficult to answer. It can be summarized into 3. What is the purpose of life? Kibaw mo tulurag yun. Dili gani appeal ang inyong career. 'Di ba? Kay daghan biyang mga tao nga pobre nga wa katungtong og eskwelahan, but their lives they live it to the full. F-U-L-L, 'di ba? Di man ta kaingon nga katurang successful sa career have lived a full life and an enjoyable life. No. Sometimes it's the opposite, right? Michael Jackson reached the peak of his career, but he was never happy. He had to overdose himself with painkillers. Can you imagine that? That's why he died, because he was never happy. So what is the purpose of life? Very simple. Number 1, to know God. Whether you like it or not, the purpose, you're here to know your Maker, to get to know the one who made you. That's why Christian living takes place in elementary, basic knowledge about God's existence, right? You call it Christian living. That's number 1. The second purpose is to love God. You cannot love whom you do not know. Correct? Diba? So ay mugtuan nang naa sa chat lang nimo nya, wajud mo magkailag tinuod, wajud ka kailan niya. It takes the whole Bible to know God. Mobitaw ng grade 1 to grade 6 na Christian living until college, you call it EDM. Correct? Yeah, ikaw nagkaila lang mo chat diha, chat. It seems you know that person already. No, you don't know that person. So to know God, I hope it took place in your high school days. Okay? And the third and the last one, and you're ready to die if you've done this, is to serve God. Then you're ready to go. Ing ana ra kasimple ang kinabuhi. To know, to love, and to serve God. So I think it's obvious now why USC has CES. An opportunity to serve God through the poor. Okay? So please look at my one and only slide. we all want to be happy, right? Kinsa may dili ganahan diri malipay. Gusto mo malipay? Ganahan mo malipay? Okay. I got this from the author of the book, The Art and Science of Getting Happier by Dr. Arthur Brooks, a Harvard professor. So he is talking about happiness. Now, sad to say, he said that people chase after happiness. And he said, if that's your attitude, you'll never find it. You'll never find happiness if you chase it. Because happiness is just an effect of something. Effect, it's not the cause. Follow? So number one, the macronutrients of happiness is, everybody please read it in blue. Number one is? Enjoyment. You need to invest your time and effort. For example, shopping. You are not investing your time and effort. You don't call it enjoyment, you call it pleasure. And remember, any kind of pleasure can be an addiction. Hello? So, how do you transform shopping to an enjoyment? You bring with you the person you love. You shop together. Because that person is someone you have invested your time and effort. So the friendship that you have is an example of your time and effort invested on. Claro so far? Did you get that? Playing Dota alone is not enjoyment, it's pleasure. Do you follow? Nakagets? But playing Dota with your father, with your sister or brother, could be transformed to the word enjoyment. Claro? Because as you play, you are building up a relationship. Claro so far? But, okay, number 2 is, everybody please read it. It comes with the word sacrifice. Now, the problem with satisfaction is it's very fleeting. Take note, that's the nature of satisfaction. It's very fleeting. For example, take note, sacrifice is the main thing. So if you'll say, this SEM, I need to be a part of the Dean's Listers. Claro? To be there, you need the word sacrifice, right? You study hard. It's a sacrifice. And then, next SEM, you will tell yourself, bati man og dapit ra kas ubos. Kinahanglan, next SEM, mag top 5 nako. Are you following me? You see, it's fleeting, right? And then the following SEM, you'll say, murag, di na ko satisfied sa top 5. Mag top 1 na gyud ko. Did you get that? Naka-follow? That's satisfaction. Let's apply it to a car. A new car can satisfy only at a particular time, right? So, ikadaan, palit na pog bag-o. But to buy that car, you need to work very hard. It's not bad, right? But it's not enough. Follow? So, in other words, we will never be satisfied. Number 3, please read it. Please read it aloud. Okay. So with CES, purpose becomes very clear. In CES, you live a life full of hope and inner peace. And kindly read this quotation, please. The why of life is attached to the word purpose. Why are you here? Now, please take note. Your why should be bigger from what you want and bigger than yourself. That's why you need to do CES. Something bigger than yourself means you need to contribute something good for the community. Did you get that? Is that clear so far? Now, when you achieve your purpose or your why, guaranteed 101% happiness will simply follow. And that's what modern people miss today. They keep on chasing the word happiness in wrong places. What they get is not happiness, it's only pleasure, which can be an addiction. You don't chase happiness, you simply do your why. You simply do why you are here in this world. Then happiness will surely be yours. Thank you very much. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Feli. Now, guys, for a short reminder lang ba, unsa din meaning sa CES? Wow, palakpakan naminaw jud ay mo. Yes. And I'm glad to see that everyone is attentive. Now, of course, after every orientation, naata man gitay mga napundo nga pangutanan dira. So, we will now officially open an open forum. So, please raise your hands lang and we will have Vincent come up to you with a microphone. Alright, so change of plans muna guys. Let us actually go ahead and present which activities actually give us CES points. So hala, andam na mabutanan. Hala, walay, bili enthusiastic, andam na mabutanan. Alright. So first off, let's actually give the floor to Kristoffer, Andrei, you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is already mentioned. I'm Kristoffer Andrei, and I will be, next slide please. I'll be presenting Dear Tita Mercy. Wala ako butang ang slide about Dear Tita Mercy, but everything that I'll talk about here will just be available in the guidelines document. There'll be a QR code there, and it's also available in the Solaris CES Updates Facebook group, which, on that note also, please join, because all of the updates for CES will be on that Facebook group. Okay, now Dear Tita Mercy is a CES activity that was originally under Palabra, but since the previous semester, it has been open to all departments. So it's just under DCLL. So since that last time it was open to all students. So this activity is in collaboration with the Cebuano Studies Center, which is headed by Doc Hope Sabanpan Yu, and also with DYRF, the radio station of the SVDs here in the Southern Province in Cebu City at 1215 kilohertz at the AM band. So this program was conceptualized by Doc Hope, and it is a public service program that one gives advice to letter senders about their life problems and shares meaningful stories and insights to its listeners through discussions in a segment called Hiskot Hiskot. I'll explain the segments in a little bit. And of course, this program also helps and aims to educate the listeners about Cebuano culture and also just, some Cebuano facts as well. So the permanent anchor of this program is Tita Mercy, who is Madame Feli, which I think she just, where is she? Here. Madame Feli, the voice of Tita Mercy. So, yes. Yeah. And one thing to note also, we are approaching episode 100. So, yeah, it's been a while already since DTM has been around. I only became the program head this sem, but I've been here since the previous sem when it was open to all programs. Okay. So the segments, those are the segments already there. So the segments are as follows. So the letter reading segment obviously is, well, letters written by either senders, or those who send to us in some way, or in this case, in production, of course, it's just the students who will write it. Now, there are 2 letters per episode, and the ones tasked for the segment are obviously the ones who will be assigned to write the letters based on interviews with members in the community. I'll explain a little bit later. Next, Lit Talk. This is for LCS. Originally, this has been around PAT, and of course, we've moved on from that as well for the other groups. Now, this segment features the Cebuano literature, such as poems, balats, sugilanon, short stories, novels, mga tigmo, riddles, and legends as well. So students will be reading poems here, and in this segment, there will usually be an analysis and insights that are taken from the literary work. Then Hisgut is the main segment. This is basically, in English, it's just to discuss. So that's the longest segment in the program, and usually if there's no guest, it's Ma'am Feli or Tita Mercy talking about some topic that we'd like to instill some learning to our listeners. And I'll talk about the demographics a little bit, no? And of course, Nasayod Ka Ba is the trivia segment, which just shares facts about Cebuano history, Filipino language, and culture. Okay. Next are the roles that are attached to this program. So there are 2 anchors for every episode, and each anchor will be given 4 CES hours. Their responsibilities include those, but in essence, they are basically going to be the voice of the program for the episode, and are also the ones in charge to basically write a small script. Most of it is impromptu anyways for Hisgut. And also to, what's the other part here? Also to coordinate, of course, with the producers as well for the content of the program. Then the letter readers are listed there. However, that role is only for those who are already within a group producing an episode. So if you're going to read the letter, it's likely that you are probably working on another role, i.e. you're an editor for a segment, or also the producer for letter reading. We allow that too. They are the ones who will be reading the letters, and although it's listed there, they are required to join the letter reading segment producers when they interview people in the community. In reality, if they can't go, usually that's fine, but you will not get the associated CS hours for joining the interview. Okay. Then the other roles that would not require you to come to the studio during recording. Next slide, please. We have, of course, the segment producers. All 4 are there. So obviously, 1 for Nasayod Ka Ba, and also 1 for Lit Talk. Those 2 are mutually exclusive. So if there is Nasayod Ka Ba, there wouldn't be Lit Talk. If there's Lit Talk, there is no Nasayod Ka Ba. The point persons will be the ones to decide, or the group itself can decide which segment to include for that episode. Nasayod Ka Ba, as I said, will be the ones inside the trivia, 2 to 3 facts, and in Cebuano as well, related to important dates, important people, or important places, or maybe even just a fact like, why is H. Abellana called H. Abellana, for example. Okay, and that will give you 1 to 2 hours, depending on the research work done. Then next is the letter reading segment producer, which is, as I already mentioned as earlier as well. The interview is ideally with marginalized people in the community. You can already go through like what sectors you think are marginalized in the community. There's a lot. Just exit USC, and from there you can already see several. That's the reality of life, unfortunately. And the associated hours for this will be 2 hours for the interview and 1 hour per letter. So kung usara, then they'll get both hours for the letters. Then the segment producer for Hisgot will be the ones in charge of, if there's no guest yet selected, they'll be the ones in charge of looking for a guest, contacting them, accommodating them during the recording, and before that segment is recorded, they'll be the ones also assigned to write the questions in Cebuano. DTM is a Cebuano program. All in all, that's 4 CES hours. So similar said with the anchors. I hope you understand na no 4 hours po ng, for Hisgot because there's a lot of responsibilities for that segment, including mangita pa mo guest. So there's that. And then next is the well, Lit Talk as well, I already mentioned that. And the editors, oh yeah, Lit Talk is just 1 hour. And for editors, it depends per, it depends on the segment you're editing. But generally, the editing will just be in the audio of the program. 1 hour for Nasaya, 2 hours for letter reading, 1 for Lit Talk if there is, and then 4 hours for Hisgot, and then all editors who are in charge of combining all the files will be given 1 additional hour. And you can select multiple roles, but just make sure you're able to submit them. Okay, next. There is a reflection paper. The details are just in the document, but essentially, it will be physical. There's a paper provided, and the documentation for this is on your role. And if you're part of the interview, also the documentation of the interview being done. It is printed because the paper records will be required, especially once you are going to graduate, because that will be the basis for your records. So Ma'am Feli will go get a sample, and I'll show that a little later. And if there's no picture, no signature, the point persons are not responsible for taking your picture in during the production. Okay, and there are frequently asked questions here. It's all there, but the most important things I have to stress is the program is in Cebuano. It's okay if you're not confident in your Cebuano, so long as you are able to speak and understand conversational level Cebuano. Pwede Ceblish, as in a few English terms, but not straight English. Because our demographics, as you can see there on the last point, is 70% women age 40 and above from the lower, middle and lower income class. So basically just the community at large, the ones who are vulnerable. And for the recording, there are 2 studios, but the one we use mainly is the speech office, PE12B, since it's the closest we have. All right, and next slide. I am the program head from BA Com 2. Details are there and also in the Facebook group. And your point persons around here, Tasmi Rahaman, if she's here, there she is. And then Julia Subang, over there at the back. Tasmi for Com. There's also an assistant for Com, Maria Morala, in 4th year. Now, ELS, there is a bit of a situation because nasaad sa thesis. So tentatively, she's still there, but once if someone's interested, you can approach me and I can have you be point person for ELS for DTM. All right, and last but not the least, there are QR codes there if you'd like to scan them now, but the link to these are available also in the Facebook group. So if you have any questions, you are free to contact either the point person or myself. And Madam Feli wants me to show this. This is, this is a sample of the reflection paper. It's just short, basically 3 questions and then 1 optional for your comments and recommendations. And then you'll just attach your documentation staple separately, Anna. Okay, and anything else pa, Madam?
I would like to encourage you that aside from serving God and reaching out to the poor, Dear Tita Mercy is a unique program because once a mother told me ang iyang special child, maminaw gyud kuno kada Sabado. By the way, we reach as far as Visayas and Mindanao. So para nako in serving God, dili siya padaghanay. So kung naalang tay usad ka nga listeners nga ma-inspire nato, that's more than enough. In God's eyes, it's always the sincerity. And to add to that, imagine how will your resume look like when you graduate. You'll write there, editor, Dear Tita Mercy, DYRF, or segment producer, or anchor. Diba? It looks very attractive. So you're serving God at the same time you are investing on your resume. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, dear Tita Mercy. Next up, we have Stucom to be presented by Judel, Grace, Ando.
So, hi everyone. So, I'm Judel. So, I'll be speaking in behalf of Stucom. So, before I'll explain the progress of ours for this semester, no. So, what is Stucom? Stucom is a CS student-driven initiative, and our goal is to teach and enhance the basic communication skills of our beneficiary in terms of listening, writing, speaking, and reading. So that they'll become better communicators and critical thinkers someday in the future. Um, so, um, so I'll explain na kinsa among beneficiary for our Building Hope for Little Learners. So, mo ni ang kids sa Sitio City Central and Abellana sa Barangay Luz. So, Barangay Luz is near sa Ayala. So, ang background sa among beneficiary kay during the pandemic, 'di ba, it's online class. So, kaning kids kay they were not given the opportunity to go to school kay they don't have internet, they don't have enough device for an online class, or they depend on their parents sa modules. And makita na mo, when we went there for our first activity, November 16, kay mag-struggle sila sa mga some words like new para sa ila, and then there are questions na they should have elaborated ba, like why did the dolphins pursue it, like, because they pursue it. So murag need pa yun ma-elaborate ang inana nga sa mga kids. And also, I think the common thing nila, no, maglisod sila understand sa ilang gibasa. And then the older year levels na kay kanang more on kanang goods na sila sa reading, writing, listening, but the speaking part kay mag-struggle pa sila with that. And they don't listen sa amo pag first day. It's hard to call them out, Jude. Then, so for this CS activity, no, it takes a lot of preparation. So that's why we need you guys, volunteers. So sa volunteers guy, we have our committees and on-site volunteers. Next slide, please. So first is the research committee. As you can see nga, research like we assign tasks to our research committee, like research or look for a paragraph or story based on this grade level. I remember we also assigned them to make a GTKY cards for our get to know activity on that day. And then yes, they'll earn 3 CSRs for that. And next, we have the logistics committee. So mana sila ang mag-prepare sa materials we need on that day. So nag-cutting sila, nag-write sila sa cartolina, nag-paste, So next is the social media team. So ilahang lihok kay more and after that activity. So they prepare captions, prepare the PubMats, edit photos. So they have 2 hours for this. And then for the on-site volunteers, next slide please. There you can see our teachers teaching our beneficiary. And then next is the facilitators. So as you can see, they're in charge of distributing snacks and the materials, and also assist the teachers. Kaya naay times guys, di na tumali kayan nga, like nasa sa grade level, yung mag-away sila. So need na mo sila ibuwag. So ang katong student facilitator kay iyan na lang mag-teach lang po siya aning kind of kid. Oh. So ang challenging part yun guys, kay ang grade 1 kay cute sila pero grabe, need yun lot of patience, mag-away, magbugno. Kay sumugay ba? So muna sila sa facilitators, and we have the photographers. Yeah, we need 2 photographers for our event. So they have 3 hours and 30 minutes for that. So next slide. So muna, our activity pag November 16 and November 23. So when we go back there, no, pag second time kay mas mulisan lang kids na mo, murag di na may maglisod og call sa lang attention, and naka-receive sa kog feedback sa mga student teacher nga there's improvement especially sa older years in terms of speaking. Kaya murag kabaw na sila proper pausing, and then they have confidence and conviction sa ilang speaking. And then also you can see the kids nga kanang naas lay eagerness to learn. And it's so nice nga naman may sharing good nga part sa mga activity and that maka-learn ka sila ay mo din lang mga dreams like unique kasi dreams guys like they want to become a boxer, seaman, tourist, flight attendant, ana yeah. Muna that's the goal of our program, the Building Hope for Little Learners sa STUCOM, to give them hope sa despite sa challenges na ilang face. So it's so challenging bitaw kining activity because it requires a lot of preparation, but at the same time fulfilling kayo makasi nga mas smiles ang kids and then also maka-learn sila something from you. So next slide. So kindly just join the Solaris CES updates first years kay there kami mag-post sa amo if mangita mig volunteers and then kami na bala mo communicate with you guys maghimo mig group chats sa logistics, research, social media and the on-site volunteers. So before the event kay mag-orientation me for our on-site volunteers. Then kindly follow our STUCOM page. That's it. Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you so much, STUCOM. Of course, dili magpalupig ang ato ang Marites. Let's go, Com Marites, to be presented by Tiffany Sky Thailand. And Marga Avilla.
Okay, hi. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, guys.
I am
Tiffany
Margaret.
Marites Jud. I am Tiffany Sky Thailaran, first year representative
And I am Margaret Avila, your second year class representative.
from the Carolinian Communication Society.
Yes.
So we are here to talk about the only podcast of the Communications Department. This is the Comarites Podcast, where verified chismis is the best.
So, what's Comarites Podcast? So, guys, it's Comarites Podcast. Dili siya Comarites. So, Comarites Podcast. So, unsa ba ning Comarites Podcast? So, Comarites Podcast, next slide, please. So, it is a podcast that serves as an engaging and informative multimedia platform, blending timely and relevant news with lighthearted discussions, and it bridges the traditional and modern media that allows students to develop their media skills and let the students showcase their work and contribute to the university's community outreach initiative. So basically, this is like yapping session ra gid siya, guys. So like this is where like it allows students to express their opinions and perspectives on different topics, basically any topics, so good everything all at once.
Yes, so of course, Comaritas has its objectives and purpose. So with this platform, next slide please, we aim to, one, provide students with valuable learning opportunities by participating in multiple record sessions that will be aired to thousands on Facebook. So through these experiences, students will gain real-world exposure to the demands of media production, fostering confidence and professionalism while connecting to a wide online audience. Next is to utilize and refine students' communication skills, enhancing their proficiency in essential media-related tasks such as script writing, recording, editing, and such. So this comprehensive training will equip students with versatile skills, preparing them for future careers in the media industry. Next is to teach students the art of audience building, fostering a sense of community through authentic and expressive content while maintaining a positive image of the organization and university. So by learning how to engage audiences effectively, students will become ambassadors for the university and will bring honor to USC.
Okay, so next, as I said earlier, it is to provide a platform that allows free expression of students' perspectives and experiences on relevant and relatable segments. So it's a yapping session na very informative and at some point relatable pod sa mga taga USC. So this initiative, it empowers again the students to voice their unique insights, contributing to meaningful discussions that reflect the concerns and interests of their peers and community. And lastly, to reach a larger audience by using our students' voices to represent CCS online. So it is utilizing the talent and creativity of students So the platform, it aims to extend its reach, showcasing the innovation of the CCS community to a broader digital audience.
Okay, so next, here are the rules needed to record a podcast successfully. So this podcast wouldn't be possible without these essential people. First, hosts. These are the leaders of the podcast, and they are assigned to engage the audience, and you will gain 4 CES hours for this. Next are the producers, which will plan content and manage technical tasks during recording. So basically, mo produce sila sa videos, and you will gain 3 CES hours. Next and last, the editors will gain 3 CES hours as well, and they will take care of the post-production process, specifically the editing and synchronization of the audio.
So next, so as of now, these are the episodes now we have for Comarites podcast. So first, if you guys follow the CCS Facebook page, for sure, you guys saw the first episode, which is the week of welcome and reminiscing. So next is the press freedom in our Philippine shores, casting pearls before swine, and rainbow after the rain, debunking stereotypes of the LGBTQA++ community. Episode 4 is the USC Days, and episode 5 is the Halloween Fact or Fiction. So as of now, we still have these episodes. So these are going to be released once a week, right? Yeah, once a week.
So make sure to follow the CCS Facebook page.
Guys.
So next slide, please. Let us watch a video. So you will, to those who haven't watched yet sa atong Facebook page, para na lang mo yung idea unsa jud ang Comarites. Okay, so basically in honor of siya, guys, chika-chika lang ta. Let's do a yap session, but with verified opinions and facts. So with that, we are encouraging everyone to join and chika with us. Interested participants can sign up by entering their names in the Google Sheets, which will be shared through your class group chats at the start of the semester. So again, slots are limited and will be first come, first serve basis. So make sure to stay updated and secure your spot early. And that ends our presentation. Thank you so much for your time, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys in Comarites Podcast, where verified chismis is the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Bulawanong Tuno. We have Diane Varias and Tarani Jane Buluan.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, guys. Good afternoon. So, I am Diane Varias, and with me, I am Tarani Jane Buluan. We're second years, actually. Yeah, from BA ComMed. So, allow us to introduce Bulawanong Tuno to you guys. So guys, what is BT or Bulawanong Tunob? BT is a radio program that is spearheaded by the CCS. So it is aired live sa DYRF, just like DTM, katot dear. Yeah, but it's the difference is recorded ng DTM and live ang BT sa DYRF sa main campus. So in BT kay we actually asked Cebuano individuals who had or who has an impact sa community. So, mao ni siya ang individuals who are kanang skilled writers, artists, entrepreneurs, archaeologists, scientists, and more. Dili lang siya limited to this. Basta anyone nga naay impact sa Cebuano community. Next slide, please. So, unsa man ang roles in Bulawanong Tunob? We have anchor and co-anchor for director, research materials or research committee, person on the street, tech editor, news gathering, and word of the week. So, actually guys, dili pa ni final as this is to be approved by our chair and some of the faculty members. So most likely naapay ma-add na roles here or wala. So next slide please. So what are our goals? In Bulawanong Tunob, we aim to promote Cebuano organizations, places, events, historical landmarks, and especially Cebuano culture. And BT also addresses the need to recognize Cebuano individuals who have made significant contributions to society and offers a platform for university units, departments, and offices to share their expertise. So, as our local artists they are growing, as we all know. We have now mga short films made by Cebuano artists. So through BT, we can highlight these local artists. So lastly, through BT also, communication, linguistics, and literature majors can develop their skills in media production, technical and or creative writing, and research, among other areas. Next slide, please. So, muna sila guys ang mga past BT student volunteers and mga heads from years ago. Next slide, please. So, ang update sa BT this is actually a revival of Bulawanong Tunob. And it has been challenging actually to try and revive this program since we have little to no knowledge about this. But hopefully, guaranteed na BT will go live next semester. So I hope na you guys will volunteer so that mas successful na revival ani na program. Okay, next slide. So these are our members. Currently, the head, of course, me. Assistant head is Jo Bisa. Unfortunately, she is not here right now. Next slide. Our secretary, which is one and only Mary Clarence. Our treasurer, Tarani Beluan. And research committee head, Kathleen. She is not here. Social media head, si Joseph Salas over there. The tech committee head is Vincent Villar. So yeah, that is all for Bulawanong Tunob. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, thank you so much, Bulawanong Tunob. And last but not the least, we have Bukas Palad.
So hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone. So this is an initiated CES activity by Seoul. So after pila ka months back and forth communication with CES and OSPA, we have actually secured an initiated CES activity with a partnership with Bukas Palad, which Angel will explain later on. So next slide, please. So for this aim, we actually have to establish na essentially this project is to empower children in need under Bukas Palad by providing them access to education. We'll go further on details on that later. And then resources for donation drives, fostering their growth, instilling a sense of social responsibility among DCLL students. But to actually emphasize more on this, we will actually prioritize ELS students first, and then we'll open this up to the other programs later on. All right, so next slide, please. So here is our upcoming CS event, Seoul X Bukas Palad Foundation. So for this foundation, it's actually it's a partnership established by my partner here, VP Margaret Enriquez, Angel Enriquez. So good afternoon, everyone. So yes, this is our upcoming CES event. So not to confuse with you guys I know there's an event outside called Bukas Palad. That's different from the foundation. The timing legit siya. I was also confused why they have the same name, and I was also very shocked. But this is different because this is the name of the foundation, while the Bukas Palad outside is the name of the project. So yes, this is an upcoming. Has anyone here ever heard of this foundation before? Wala, no? Or wala kayo? Yes. So yes, this is the first time that we'll be collaborating with this foundation. So I know you guys are wondering who or what they are. Next slide, please. So
Who or what is Bukas Palad? So it is a foundation that provides sustainable development, education, livelihood, information, and communication strategy to children, elderly, urban poor, and victims of calamities and disasters. So basically, it's really a foundation. So it's a group of people who provide. So here are the programs included. So learning centers, support from a distance program, housing, family planning, and feeding programs. I want to highlight on the support from a distance program because this is actually their main program. It's because the support from a distance is basically they have a group of children which are here, and then they gather scholarships from sponsors from all over the world, Italy, France, Europe, and then the funds that they will get will be provided for their school. So all these kids are going to school because of the sponsors that this foundation has provided. So next. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit of my personal experience and the reason why I want to bring this to DCLL. So over the summer, I was given a chance to be an English teacher to the foundation, and then the kids really love, and knowing DCLL, our strengths are language, communications, and literature. We have a lot to provide to these kids, and I also was a facilitator and speaker for their leadership training program. So, and then the kids really enjoy it, so I think it's something that you guys would also enjoy because not only did I give something for them and they learned from me, I learned a lot from them. And then this is when we have a CES event, not only will we receive points, but we'll also give something towards the children. So next slide, please. So possible events. So we have donation drives, language arts, and what we mean by language arts is storytelling, teaching, sessions with the kids, cooperative play, and also seminars that we can give because in the foundation, they're not only kids, there's also university students. They're kids from all ages since they're sponsoring the kids to go to school from the young age up till university. That's right. So current state, so Bukas Palad was already contacted. We have contacted Bukas Palad, and then good news is they are willing to collaborate with DCLL in any event. So we please stay tuned. So currently we're in the planning process as this event will be something for the second semester. And then so please watch out for any announcements that we will be putting out the roles and also CES hours that we'll be providing. So thank you so much. So we hope to see you there.
Thank you.
All right, so everyone is already familiar with the CES programs. Diba excited na mo? Murag usar ako na dunggan excited na mo? All right, now I'm sure everyone still has a lot of pending questions with regards to the programs and of course CES in of itself. So this is the part where we'll be hosting our open forum. Now may I request everyone, if you have questions, to please raise your hand, and Vaughn or Vincent will be giving you the microphone shortly. So guys, if now may questions for Bukas Palad, Stucom, BT, or even for Ma'am Feli, this is your chance to ask now. Over there, run, Vincent Michael Villariza, run.
I just want to ask on behalf of my classmates, is that, is the CS activities open for foreign students? Am I right? Applicable to foreign students? If I may add, I know I'm an officer, so my source might not be as valid, but I do recall with the meeting with CISA, which is the Carolinian International Student Association, that there are specific methods for international students. So I might suggest, if Ma'am Ferry does not have any responses to this question, to direct this question specifically to CISA instead, because international students have much more particular steps to go through to make sure that everything goes smoothly and properly. Is that good? Thank you.
All right, any more questions for the other CES programs? Guys, ubay-ubay ba ito sila guys, and you have 10 minutes for open forum. I'll recall each has, so there's Dear Tita Mercy, Stucom, Com Marites, Bulawanong Tunob, and Bukas Palad. So if you have your questions, this is your opportunity to answer them. Wala na dyan may questions, guys. Okay, we have one. Vincent, run. For Bukas Palad, I was wondering if there is any website or how to contact.
If you mean to the foundation themselves or to our event, to the foundation itself, yes, they do have a Facebook page and also a what you call a website. You can just type in Bukas Palad Cebu because Bukas Palad is actually all over the Philippines and also a lot in other countries. So the closest you can get is to Cebu. So just say Bukas Palad Cebu and it should appear. How about the current event? The current event, please.
So you can contact either me, Amethyst, Seoul President, and also VP for Seoul, which is the Angel.
Yes, and any updates on that will also be just posting it, and we'll also let Solaris watch out for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So actually, we have Sir Ken Opina here to answer the question about CS with regards to
I thought you
international
called me to
students.
sing. Sorry, what was the question?
Ibalik na to.
Okay. Is the CES applicable to international students? Yeah.
Yeah, for everyone. Because you have to understand that we want to inculcate, into the minds of all Carolinian students the value of community extension service as one of the pillars of the university. The university virtues. So we're not just focusing on teaching, learning. You're not just here for teaching, learning. You're not just here for research, but you're also here to be able to be of service to others also. So yes, it does apply to both local and international students. Mr. Fukami, yes.
Yes, that's all.
Yeah, I think we did a quick CS orientation also last weekend during the International Students Assembly. Unfortunately, you were not available. Yeah, but so it was explained. Yes. So I hope I answered the question.
Thank you.
All right, since Sir Ken Opina is present with us, if naa po may laing follow-up questions, this would be the best time to raise them. Any more questions, guys? Maybe with the CES heads? Kay Sir Ken, this is the perfect opportunity to raise your hands right now. Naay question si Zohape or wala? Okay. No more follow-up questions again, guys? For real? Ong tabaho. Okay, last call for questions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so that concludes our very short and brief open forum. All right. So, yes. So, hi. Hello. All right, so this is the perfect opportunity to actually give our certificate of appreciation to Mrs. Feli B. Latras to be given by Sir Gian Marco Capitan.
So, ma'am, I would like to give you this certificate of appreciation for giving insight towards the first year students of our, DCL for the year 2024-2025. And we hope that you encourage us more in future endeavors.
All right, so get ready for the photo opportunity. One, two, three, smile. Another shot. 1, 2, 3, and smile. All right, once again, a round of applause for Mrs. Feli B. Latras. And guys, hapit na gid mahuman ang atoang program. But of course, before we end, I would like to call again our Solaris President, Mr. Gianmarco Capitan. A round of applause, please.
So guys, First of all, thank you for coming to the CES orientation. So I'll be giving you guys announcements for what's gonna happen for Solaris. So first off will be our Solaris General Assembly. It will be happening next week on December 7, still the same time as before, 9 to 12 in the Rigney Hall. So be there on time. But then, if you guys have classes, I'm aware with your NSTP classes, so just inform ahead of time if you guys need to leave early. But we'll make sure to end in time. Second is, if you guys notice, we actually have tables set up there outside. This is actually for our donation drive that we, Solaris, are in partnership with Rotaract. This is going to be the Bukas. This is different kay Bukas Palad. It's B-O-O-K. Bukas Palad. So, Solaris' contribution here is each sub-org have their own events and their own plans for helping these children. And overall, we would like to collect donations from you guys. It doesn't have to be new, it doesn't have to be grand. It could just be anything that you have that you want to give to these children in return and to also help them. So we have boxes stationed there. However, if mapuno na ang boxes, then we're gonna refill it. So we're still observing it time to time. But please take note when you donate to always scan the QR code so we may track the names of the people donating. So that way we will be aware of the donations being put there. And please take note, guys, when you donate, please don't put anything too explicit. Actually, don't put anything explicit at all. These are children, age range from 3 to 5 or 6. So, you know, palihog lang, guys. So, please be careful with that. And lastly, regarding the CES, each sub-org actually has their own CES point person. Then, where this will be announced further later on by your sub-org presidents about regarding the CES point person, if ever you guys have questions regarding like the hours of tracking or how you want to join the specific CS activities, because these CS point persons in each sub-org, their goal is to keep track of the hours of every of their students based on the sub-org. So if you have any further more questions, you may contact the point person. And if ever, let's say that they're still trying to work on the point person, so just keep a hold of your questions as of now. So that is all from me, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes. All right. Thank you all so much. Now, before we leave, may I request everyone to please freshen yourselves up for the photo opportunity for the entire DCLL department. So may I ask the photographers kung where mo ganahan mi ma-position?
Test. All right, everyone, the camera is right here, so may you please direct your attentions to Chania as well as Janna, who will be taking our shots today. All right, everyone, grab your best smiles, guys. Sige. Count of 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. All right, there you go. Thank you, everyone.
And that concludes our CES orientation. Now, may I remind everyone that the exit is on the right side of the room, right where Anthony Volgadi is. And remember to please sign out, and everyone have a wonderful afternoon.
For those signing up, we have food for you guys as well.
Once again, the exit is at the right side of the room, and there are snacks right outside, sponsored by Taste It.
Sign out, yes. Reminding everyone once again, for those who are going out, to please do sign out. There's food waiting for you in PE 13. Thank you so much.
Also, please observe Clay Go. Please clean before you go. Thank you so much.